I've been thinking a lot about this one line in one of the songs in the album that I keep listening to, and I'm gonna keep mentioning this album because I feel like I wrote it. So, or I co-produced it. Let's say. Um, in one of the songs, one of the lines is, "Turns out the gods we thought were dying were just sharpening their blades." And throughout 2024, 2023, 2022, I was very, very protective of myself. I worried that if I showed too much to the organization, I was going to get taken advantage of in some way. Um, and as I told the story here earlier today, I think, um, about that one night where they kind of like um, were having a conversation, trying to like get into my head a little bit while I was drifting off to sleep. Um, I feel like they gained a lot of insight into like what I was trying to do, and that album came out in 2025, and um, I continue to worry, like this is just like something internally within me, um, that part of the reason why I feel like I've been subsumed by the organization is because I gave them plenty of ammo as to how to like I shared everything, like I try well I try to hide parts of myself, but like I tried to share the message as best as I could, um and uh, so if they understood the message, then I wasn't really hiding, was I? um but I don't know, it's just something that I worry about. I've always had a problem, like I've always been more outdoors, not like super outdoorsy, like I stay inside a lot, but um my friend, whom I consider my brother, he he would always like try to get me to go inside the house, and I always like felt like I didn't really belong inside the house, um, and that this was a conversation that we would have for years, because I felt more comfortable being outside in the open, um, I could feel the rhythm, um, and I remember one time, like I think one of the last times we hung out, um, we were outside and we were talking, and I was like telling him about everything that was going on. And he knew he was part of the organization, but he was supposed to be there for me um, through all of this stuff. And there was a moment in which like I was like explaining everything, and I was like telling him like I was like really scared, and like I reached out my hand, and there was like a moment, like we had like a moment, and he then he asked me if I wanted to go inside, and that was like I think the one time where I was like, yeah, let's go inside. Um, and I think the idea of being subsumed by the system terrifies me. It really does. Especially like I said, like I was like I was blaring out the message all those years, so they know exactly how to like tug at those heartstrings. They know how to tug at my disdain for original sin, and all that kind of stuff, and I get subsumed. So it's where was I going with this? Well, okay, so like that's my fear. Okay, in the context of the audience, um, the one that understands the word of God, it was completely different. It was a um, it was like a moment of seeing me for who I was. Um, there was like through like in the album, the audience that understands the word of God, um, it's very clear that it's very clear that they're like not ready to let go of the things that I keep talking about. And yeah, I don't know, like I said, like I'm being subsumed into a system where in the background, because I didn't understand the word of God, like that they're still like talking about how they're not ready to let this go, or they maybe knew that in the future I would understand it. I don't understand. I don't understand anything, because like on one hand, when the in the album it was explained that I was going to be subsumed, let's say, the people in the audience that understood the word of God erupted. Like they were very upset about that. Um, and I don't know if it's if it's to protect the division or if it's in protection of myself, but in the idea that I would be the one to bring about the destruction, as prophesized in Revelations. Um, I don't even know if there's probably another book that I don't know about, but um, yeah. Um, I keep like playing little tidbits of that album in my head, like that last TikTok, that last video. I want to call them videos. I don't want to call them TikToks. I want to call them videos. I don't want to name it, you know. Um, like right before I made it, um, I was like kind of iffy about making it. And wait, which one? Uh, 2 videos ago. Yeah, yeah, 2 videos ago. Um, that one. There was a there was a lyric that played in my head, and because I was thinking of making the TikTok, and I was like, nah, I'm not going to. And then there was like a little line that played in my head, and it felt like it was like a message from me to me. And then when I made it, like I was super happy with it. Like I really really liked how that one came out. I think it was the one on language. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, like right now, like I just keep playing this like little part. It's like my lover. Like I don't know, you know, like that, like I speak to myself in like these ways, and it's just so that's a little bit about me. I think that's good for now. This one kind of fizzled out. I don't really have too much else to say. Um,